Hey, it's Spleenn and I'm going to explain to you how I made my latest song. I'll start by giving you some context about the track. What is it about? I wanted to experiment with the idea of touch through sound. Like, what would happen if the sense of touch was actually the same as hearing? This is why there are scratching noises, while the sound hits in waves, to simulate the feeling of a surface with relief. I guess it's kinda abstract. You can think of synesthesia, you know. Also, this is some kind of wordplay with the meaning of the word relief, the state of being relieved, which is why the second part of the song is more soothing, smoother. I consider this song to be ambient glitch. This musical aesthetic is very inspired by artists like Earl, for example, who would paint on their CDs and then record them to make them glitch with clicks and stutters. Or William Basinski, who recorded his magnetic tapes slowly disintegrating on 9/11/2001. For this track, I've been also very influenced by artists like Fennesz, or Second Woman. I'm talking about these guys because I think this kind of music is so interesting and deserves more people knowing about it. Anyway, let's go back to why you clicked on this video. How did I make that sound? Alright, to understand how I made this, we actually have to go on another track. This is a remix I made for Patros15. He's a great guy, very good producer, he makes ambient and future garage. I'll put his SoundCloud in the description. He asked me to make a remix for his album and I was very excited to do it. So I made this whole track and I hate it, I think it sucks, it's really bad, so I will not release it. However, I was thinking, why not try to salvage a few things from it instead of throwing it into the bin? And I came up with an idea. I'm going to play a part of the song, it's not mixed and mastered by the way. What you hear is a layer of 3 sounds. This is from the original track, City in the Dark by Patros15. This is just a synth I made on 3XOSC. And this is a bass I made on Serum. Yeah, nothing special really, this is pretty basic stuff. So now you're wondering,
hey Spleenn, why are you showing me this? I don't really care.
Yes, but if I play this, and there you have it. This is actually a sample of my own song. I recorded myself editing, chopping, slicing, stretching, pitching my stuff and selected the best parts. Now, of course, it sounds pretty bad with no effects. So I had to put a few things on it. I wanted to make the synth moves and blend it with sound textures. I'm not going to talk about every single effect I applied, I just give you a general understanding of my process and try to give you tips. There are several things I automated. EQ and filter automations. I moved certain frequencies to muffle the sound or make it brighter. And I coupled these with volume automations to make the sound quieter at times so you can hear the other stuff happening around. Because if I lower my synth, it makes space in the mix for something else. And this is what creates that feeling of movement and blending between the different elements. It's like they are interacting with each other. I feel it's great to use both volume and EQ automations together. It makes the sound more organic. A little tip, so this is personal, you don't have to do that. I don't like automating the mixer faders because I use them to mix and balance the whole song. I don't want them moving around, so I use Fruity Balance. It's a basic plugin that controls volume and pan. Just put it at the end of your mixer track and bam, you can automate this without messing your faders. Now, reverb automations, either in insert or in bus, depends on context. In bus, it's to apply reverb as usual, while in insert, it's to transform the sound into a reverb, if that makes sense. Reverb has several purposes. First, you can make the sound go farther, especially by coupling it with the volume and EQ automations I was talking about. When I talk to you, you hear my voice and the reverb from my bedroom. If I go farther, the volume of my voice decreases and maybe you will hear the reverb more clearly. Now, let's say I'm in another room. Then you'll hear that my voice is muffled because it lacks certain high frequencies. You can try to mimic, simulate that real-life behavior in your songs by decreasing the volume of an instrument. Lowering the highs while increasing its reverb, you can give the illusion that the sound is going away. Another use of reverb is to make the sound wider. I found it works very well if you couple it with stereo separation, which is another thing I automated. You can use it to make the sound narrower and make it mono. It gives contrast when you actually make the sound wider. And lastly, I used pan automations. Well, this one is obvious, it's Telefon movement. That's it for the automations. I also used other effects like distortion and stuff to make the sound more aggressive and louder. And a last EQ to delete the low frequencies in the sides because you want your bass in mono, right? Now we can go over the glitch noises. I made every sound you hear on Serum, so basically I experimented with wavetables and played them at a very low tone while applying distortion and sometimes white noise. Then I sampled the results and kept experimenting with them by pitching them, stretching them or applying more effects. Okay, I thought maybe you'd like more explanation about sound design, especially the resampling technique, when you sample your own sound. So I'm going to show you myself experimenting for a while, trying to create a glitch noise. So you remember what I said, we're going to take a complex wavetable and play it at a low tone. This is nice, I like this sound. Let's add white noise. The oscillators and the white noise are both going to be affected by the distortion. And this is going to make very interesting sounds. Okay, we have our bass sound. Let's sample it. Now we can do a lot of stuff with it. Let's experiment for a while. I'm going to sample what I made, so I can make the sound evolves even more. Now we can do a lot of stuff with it. Let's experiment for a while. I'm going to sample what I made. Now we can do a lot of stuff with it. Let's experiment for a while.
No! One eternity later.
Let's hear the result. This was the bass sound from Serum. And it became this. That's just an example to show you how powerful resampling can be, because it sounds nothing like the patch I made on Serum, right? I was trying to make a glitch noise, but you can use this technique for everything. For your bass, your synths, your drums, your reverb, like you can sample your reverb if you want. There is no limit, just be creative. Also, it's a good way to save CPU, because you're using samples and not a VST anymore. And you can save your samples for future projects. So even if you are experimenting and you've made something you don't like for the track you're currently working on, maybe you can use it later. This is kinda my secret technique, I guess. It's more common knowledge in complex music genres, like neurofunk for example. But otherwise, I think very few producers know about this. Hopefully, it will help you. Another technique I use sometimes is recording myself with Edison and then doing stuff. I'll just experiment for a while. And then I'll cut the best parts. Alright, let's go back to the video. These sounds are a little different. I used Sample Brain. It's a program made by Aphex Twin. Unfortunately, I can't show you because it stopped working. I've downloaded the latest version and it doesn't make sound anymore, so if anyone has a fix or something, let me know. I can't even explain to you what it does because I don't even know. I think no one knows exactly. Like, it mashes samples you put into it and apply effects and randomize things by using brain technology. It's a pretty new software, so I wanted to try it out and came up with this horrible thing. Let's talk about the voices. This one is from a YouTube video of people singing the Minecraft theme song a cappella. You know this feeling when you're listening to something for the first time and there is this particular moment in the song where you're like, wow, this is beautiful, I love it. And then you listen to it again on repeat, you get the chills and everything. Well, it was one of these moments. I really felt something when I heard that and I instantly knew I wanted to do something with it. All I had to do was try to put it in context of the song. There is also this one. It's a basic stock vocal from Xtal. I adjusted the decay and there's not much to say about it. Finally, we have the vinyl crackles. I used Cymatics Origin for this. It's great because you have several sounds you can choose from. So I recorded these noises as sample and played with distortion to bring up the grain. I used these as sound textures and also as a way to fill up the space. Okay, that's it for the first part of the song. I won't talk much about the second part. I don't want this video to be too long and you've already seen the most interesting stuff. For this ambience part, I sampled my own song again and blurred it through Edison. This is a great way to make pads. I use it all the time. Honestly, this is a cheat code. Also, I sampled this from the song Carry On, Turn Me On by Space. For this part, you know what I'm going to say. I sampled my own song, again, applied delay and reverb and stuff. I layered the Res bass and a sub bass, both made on Serum, tried to blend the whole thing with white noise and vinyl crackles by playing with volume and EQ automations. So, techniques I explained already. There are other things I could talk about, but again, I don't want this video to be too long or to get boring. But to summarize, as you can see, I record my sounds quite a lot. I will literally sample my samples sometimes, so I can do more stuff with them. And I use a lot of automations to create movement. we did it! This is almost the end of the video. I just want to say a few things first. I know some of you maybe wanted me to make an in-depth tutorial about how I made specific sounds by showing the values and parameters I used. I don't think this is interesting content, at least for me, like I wouldn't enjoy making this. I felt it was better to talk about the process and my way of thinking, the kind of things I like to do. I want to add that I'm just a random dude making music in his bedroom like most of us. I don't have the pretension to be a teacher or something. I have so much things to learn myself and I'm far from having the level I want to achieve in making music. Still, I've tried to give you tips. Maybe you didn't know about the distance reverb technique, maybe you've never tried to blur with Edison, maybe you never thought about sampling your own stuff, and even if you didn't learn anything, maybe it inspired you to try different things, to experiment, to think outside of the box. Making electronic music is hard as fuck. Like, people don't know, people have no idea how hard it is, but you and me, we know. It takes years to get decent at this, and having people sharing their secrets, it really helps. So I hope I helped you by making this video, and if I didn't, I hope at least it was interesting and entertaining. Sorry for my English, by the way. I can read and write almost fluently, but it's hard for me to talk, especially because of the accent. Otherwise I could type like this, but maybe it will get annoying. If you have questions, anything that crosses your mind, you can write in the comments. And thank you so much for watching, listening to my songs, showing support. It means the world to me. It makes me really happy, so thanks. Don't forget to subscribe, like, smash that like button, share, activate the notification bell. I mean, yeah, you know how YouTube works. And follow me on SoundCloud. I post everything there first before any other platform. I even post clips of songs I'm working on sometimes, work in progress, so you can listen to it before anyone else. Okay, I think that's it, and I'll see you guys in the next video, song. I have no clue what I'm going to do now. Anyway, take care, bye.